Underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They go play action here on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down.
And him running the football is not something that defenses spend a lot of time preparing for. But this guy has a survival instinct and a knack for knowing when exactly to do it.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
12, fellas, here we go. 21. Flag!
On second down, here's Garoppolo. Gets this one left side to Pettis. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. He got 29 yards that time. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. A first carry now for the former Viking. This is Jerick McKinnon. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
21.
Right back to him on first down. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Corn Elder. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD.
What you just saw there, first-round talent. Second year, even more success. A pick six for a touchdown.
A great play. And it's tough for these guys, you've told me before, to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy. So that sophomore season is big for them.
They really start to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year one. By year two, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well.
Showed right there. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
11. Go ahead. Flag!
Garoppolo again here on 2nd and 10. Shedding through the defense. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Well, that wasn't a completion, but it wasn't a sack either. So the good takeaway, able to extend the life of the play. Normally, you would think he'd just take off and run downfield, but he was trying to find an open receiver, unable to do so.
Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. Able to haul it in is Kittle. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the .44. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to send this one deep right side. And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, 49ers. Dante Pettis, his fourth touchdown on the year. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Gold with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Jackson now to return. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at the 34. Jameis to throw it. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
Let's go now.
A first carry now for the rookie from SC. It's Ronald Jones. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Hey, sub. Let's go.
Now Jameis on second down. He'll dump it off to Procise. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Now a first down carry by Jones. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Marcus Davenport there to take him down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Second down, Winston. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Bucs in possession. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. Look at this, a tight end carry. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A give to Jones. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. First time into the red zone for the Buccaneers. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16.
Let's go, let's convert, let's convert, let's convert. Green, Travis C.
From the red zone now, Winston. And too much on that one. It's out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. He was trying to find O.J. Howard, and that'll bring up second down.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
And he's got his tight end, Howard. It's a Buccaneer touchdown. O.J. Howard, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs are able to strike for 6. Extra point good by Catanzaro, and that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Set to return. Here's Raheem Mostert. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Now McKinnon to start the drive. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now Garoppolo. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Garoppolo to his tight end, Kittle, for a Niner first down. And some room to roam now. Now the ball comes loose. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. McKinnon. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey, gun. 21.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. So after the run by McKinnon, here's 1st and 10. Garoppolo now, 1st down throw. He's going to go up top for the and he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Dante Pettis with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Ready, triple team. Ready. White 25. Sonic!
First down, Winston. And this one caught by Cameron Braid. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout.
Hey, let's get it working. Hey, sub. Let's go.
On 1st and 10, Winston. He's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Now a second down throw for Winston. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Jackson. 11 yards for number 11.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run it now out of the gun. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. And incomplete on the deep ball. Big O.J. Howard, his intended target. And it's 3rd down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
On 3rd down, Winston. Flushed out right. On the run. He'll let this go deep right side. 4th down now as San Fran's defense was strong in coverage.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason.
But when the highlight is shown of this play, all attention is going to be on the person running with the football. But how about the group as a whole, setting up that big-time return, yardage that we won't even account for in the box score, may help them win the game.
Now McKinnon. And he'll get down to about the 26-yard line. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. '49ers with their first trip to the red zone thus far. 1st and 10 right at the 20. To throw is Garoppolo, eluding the pressure right. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. He was trying to get it to George Kittle, his tight end. And now it's 2nd down. throw. It's Garoppolo. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, this from 37. And Gold is able to put it through. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, so a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Jackson now to return. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The second quarter score from Cincinnati, and the Bengals out to the early advantage. That'll be a game to monitor as we go along. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. To throw is Winston. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Solomon Thomas, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Working out of the gun, Winston. And he fires one that's intercepted. Sean Davis with a pick. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll roll him out right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Quan Alexander. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. From the gun, Winston. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Winston. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
It's taken to the 26. Wow, explosive.
Make him miss.
Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Right back to him on 1st down. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now Garoppolo throwing on 2nd. Ducks into the grab over the middle. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Play action. Garoppolo. Throwing deep for Galladay. So they took a shot there on 3rd down. Couldn't get it. Now it's 4.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And with that, they take the lead here, 20-17. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10, right at the 30. Now Winston. Flush to his, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Solomon Thomas in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Hey, stop. Let's go. Boys, hot. Follow.
Winston now. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's able to get up here to the 26. It'll be a gain of 4. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
Hey, let's give it conversion. Sonic! 56. Let's go.
Throwing. Winston. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
We got three. Three down. Hey, fellas, we got 3. Let's go.
Here they come, 2nd and 10 now from the 10.
13. White.
Garoppolo to throw on 2nd down. Buying time to his left. Now he'll let it go deep down the left sideline. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
11.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. It's brought in by Jackson. That one goes for 24 yards. Garoppolo, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. On the toss, it's McKinnon. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
That was well coached and even better executed because you saw him looking for the cutback lane, never materialized, and had excellent pursuit to stack that play up.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. Out to his left. And his throw's going to be incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Josh Doxson. And it's 3rd down.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Go ahead. 13.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Back now in Tampa. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Bud Dupree, a former first-round pick, in on the stop.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Winston. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Bud Dupree. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Another costly turnover, their second of this second half. And earlier when I asked you your keys to the second half, you said, hey, it may be trite, but I think it's turnovers. That's coming to fruition.
It certainly is, and let's face it, they named the game after it, right? So isn't it the most important thing?
What, the football?
Exactly. They named the game for it. Take care of it.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Here again is McKinnon. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. Garoppolo now. A perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Here's McKinnon. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Tackle made that time by Vita Vea. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now, backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, break.
And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. 3 touchdown passes now for Jimmy Garoppolo. And the 49ers add on to their lead. And he just did get those feet in there on the side of the end zone. Well done.
Probably the exact size foot necessary, because I think if he had another half size, that catch doesn't count. And he's able to get it in, and it counts for a touchdown.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He'll hit Jackson complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. They're giving those short little routes. Tackled him in bounds, too. They're just not wanting to get beat over the top.
Yeah, and if you can't really get downfield, take the short routes. But now you've got to have guys who can actually break tackles and increase those gains.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Three, triple C. Follow. Three, triple C.
Now Jameis on 2nd down. Escaping the pressure right. He hits his running back, Procise. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A very solid gain of 27. Winston now to throw on 1st down. Flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep right. And this is caught inside the 5. Winston to his big play receiver, Jackson. 41 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Cameron Brate, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bucs have made this a one-score game. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. Mostert now to return. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand-new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use.
And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big play there for the Niners. 55 yards. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. They run it with McKinnon. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Oh, Garoppolo's going to throw it. Dancing to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Back to throw, Garoppolo. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
He's back to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Jones. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
He'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Finding some room at midfield. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Now a chance to make that encroachment penalty really hurt. 1st and 5. They'll run it now out of the gun. Skirts by at the 15. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Let's go, let's convert, let's convert, let's convert.
Now a handoff looking right. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. They come out here in the I. He'll get it up the middle, and he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Now the 49ers going to take another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Here's Jones. And he is in as as they have tied it late here in the final minute of the fourth quarter. So they're not home yet. Still a critical extra point here to break the tie. A very important extra point there, up and good. And that is going to put them on top by a point, and it sets us up for quite a finish. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Mostert now to return. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking two plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
Let's see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. Back to throw. Flush to his right. He's going to let it fly. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the second quarter, he may very well run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, second and 10. They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
To throw is Garoppolo, being chased out left. And it's incomplete. So they're finally